Oh yeah, so I've been picking on Joe Rogan a bit lately, but he's an easy target. I mean, he always talks about being so open-minded, but he's fairly close-minded. One thing I watched recently, he had an argument with his buddy Rippin, and they were arguing about which Bond is the most badass, I guess. But then they took it in a completely different direction. Who seems like a real killer? What does that mean, who seems like a real killer? Look at Daniel Craig, because he could kick someone's ass. It's like, just because someone could kick someone's ass doesn't make you the best spy. It's like, that guy is the only believable spy. It's like, actually, someone who would be a believable spy probably wouldn't look anything like a spy. Probably would look like a James Bond, like a model guy, not a fucking strong, muscly guy. And also, fighting and killing people is like the last thing you want to do as a spy. That means you're a super shitty spy. That you got caught, your cover was blown, and now you gotta fight your way out. Goes on these rants about, oh, you gotta be objective and look at all these different angles and all these different things. But everything always comes down to whose dad can kick the other guy's dad's ass, or who could beat up who. Like, if you actually thought about it for a second, being a good spy does not mean you can kick ass. That's just what the movie is telling you. It's like, oh, being a spy is this and that, and fighting. Being a spy is not that. Being a good spy is being super quiet. Fighting is the last thing you want to do. Killing is the last thing you want to do. Like, he's just so close-minded with all his arguments. It always comes down to who could beat up who. And they're saying, who looks like they could be a real killer? Who looks the most believable? Daniel Craig. Those movies are so far-fetched and bullshit. If you want a real spy movie, look how weird Sam Rockwell looks in Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, which could be based on a true story. Who the fuck knows? It certainly says it is. This fucking thing, get him out of here. Like, he's the weirdest fucking... Sam Rockwell's a weird goofball and he's fucking murdering people in that. So what are you talking about? Who looks the most real like a spy and they need to be muscle-bound fucking idiots to be a spy? Being a muscle-bound idiot is the last part of your spy duty. Everything else is like cover, infiltration, lies, like lying. Things come down to being more complex to who can win in a fight, and that being the answer to everything. Being a good spy doesn't mean you need to look like you can kill people. Like, what? When are spies fighting? Who seems like the real... He kept saying, who seems like the real killer? What does that mean? Take Sam Rockwell in Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, for instance. Does he seem like a killer? What do you mean, who seems like the real killer? What are you talking about?